And you may recognize our next guest from shows like Step by Step, Dallas, Happy Days, and The Office. Now they're the force behind Duffy's Dough, where every loaf, roll, and baguette sold benefits hunger relief. We are thrilled to welcome actors Patrick Duffy and Linda Purl to New Day this morning.
Well,
Hello.
now we feel so old after that intro. My goodness.
Don't feel old. I'm right there with you. Step by step.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
We'll save it. We'll save it for later.
Yeah, please do.
First, I want to talk about how you both met and reconnected.
Well, we met in 1980, and that not that either one of us
We don't
remember.
remember meeting
Yeah,
in
we were doing a
1980.
reading, and the directors pointed that out to us after we'd been together for a few years. We were like, oh yeah, I guess so. And then we kept meeting sort of in 10 to 20 year intervals, like, hi, how are you? Backstage, and Patrick was doing a play in the West End. I had a mutual friend there, and then we somehow, through that friend, got involved with it. We were in a joint chat texty thing, and if we're all ever together in New York one day, let's hang out. And then COVID struck. So I repaired to my home in Colorado, Patrick to his home in Oregon, and we just started to, the world had gone away. There was nothing to do for a year. So we started to Zoom, this brand new thing called Zoom.
I remember. Is it on? You're muted.
Right. And we started to Zoom for couple of hours for a couple
we ended
of
up Zooming
months.
for 2 to 3 hours every night for 2 months.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and we really, we got the whole dating thing out of the way without ever being in the same room. Because we went from, are you washing your vegetables, to, have you heard this poem, or do you listen to this music, or what do you do? And so after about 2.5 months, we thought, we better get in the same state at least. And of course, she said right away, I'll drive to Oregon. I thought, no,
I was stir
this is
crazy
a
at
test
that
of
point.
my chivalry. So I said, no, I'll drive to Colorado.
Yeah.
So I jumped in the car, and it was a 23-hour
You
drive.
got on your white horse and galloped all the way across the
Exactly,
West.
because that's how it all works, right?
I ended up in her driveway, and the one part that we had to overcome was we were now 6 feet apart. I got out of the car, and
Terrifying.
I was looking at her, and I finally said, may I kiss you?
Yeah, are we doing this?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
she said yes, and we've been together ever since.
I know, I can see it. Look at them holding hands. This is so cute. This is giving me hope. I love you guys. Patrick, you've really done it all. Carpenter, actor, now Duffy's Dough.
Yeah.
Why get into this business?
We're in the legacy portion of our lives right now. We've had exemplary careers. We've been so lucky, and we worked hard for it. But we had a friend who said that to us recently. He said, I'm in the legacy portion. I want everything I do to have a reason now. And so about 4.5 years ago, almost 5 years ago, we thought, what can we do? I had a sourdough starter that's been in my family since 1952.
Incredible.
And so instead of a bottle of wine, I would bake sourdough rolls and take them to people's homes for dinner, And they would always say, you should do something with this. And so, as Linda says, there might have been some wine involved, but one night we sat around, the two of us, and we thought, what can we do? And we thought, let's make a business out of the sourdough.
Having no idea.
Yeah.
Business, what's that?
So
I don't know.
We started in her garage in
Oh
Colorado.
gosh.
And in almost 5 years, we gave away $200 and some dollars.
$250.
Because our
Woohoo!
premise has been, and it's
Pathetic.
on every loaf of bread, that we give away 100% of our profits.
That's right, yeah.
So, to fighting food scarcity. So, in 5 years, we gave away $250. And we thought, this is not a good thing. We're not going to be Paul Newman if we keep this up. So,
But then Kroger came in,
Yeah.
and Eric presents here as QFC, and they said, we're going to help you out since you clearly don't know what you're doing. So now we are in the stores as of now in where we are.
in Washington, at
Washington,
QVC.
thank you.
Yeah.
And we
QFC,
have
Fred Meyer.
Yeah, we have 5 varieties of take and bake sourdough bread. Every single bite comes from the starter
starter
that
that my
Patrick's
mother
mommy
has.
was gifted, and QFC. I mean, the numbers of giveaway and what they do for the community are extraordinary. The Washington State hunger needs are actually
better than
they're better than the national
Okay.
standards. It's 1 in 8 adult, 1 in 7 child.
Go to bed hungry every single night.
Yeah.
You
It's-
just
it's
can't
criminal.
compute. It doesn't
It's criminal.
compute.
But
Yeah.
last year they gave away 600,000 meals in the area.
QFC.
They gave away
Gosh.
tons and tons of recyclables, from deli oils to cardboard to plastics and compost. So, they are profoundly embedded in the community, giving back, giving back. So we thought, as Patrick said, we want to be, I mean, it's so fulfilling at this point to be able to give back in some way.
Definitely.
So to be a tiny part of their long established philanthropic effort that really helps the community is a thrill for us.
Yeah.
It's a joy. I love when you guys talk about legacy. My dad talks about a lot that too. He always says he's in his fourth quarter. Is how
It's
he's
the
saying
same
it.
thing.
So
Yeah.
similar.
It's the same thing.
What all did you bring? Because this spread is incredible. Walk
Okay,
me
you
through.
have to try it.
Okay,
You
please.
get busy, and I'm gonna
Here she
do
goes.
this.
Okay, there
Here we
she
go.
Yeah, help me out
Because you're
here.
just back from France. We want to see how our breads
Oh, okay.
compare
Oh,
to
you're
you.
gonna
All right.
spread it.
Why don't I
Okay.
do a spread? Yeah.
Okay, and
you
what
talk,
all,
honey. I'm
like
busy in the
sourdough
kitchen.
loaf?
So here we go. Yeah, we have the multigrain, the regular loaf, the what are these called?
Artisan, like sandwich
the
roll?
sandwich rolls, and then
Excuse my fingers.
Oh my
raisins.
gosh,
See if
thank
that's
you
okay.
so
So
much. Oh,
that's
it's gonna be great.
wild blueberry.
Great.
From Murray's. That's the other thing. You go to the store and there's Murray's. Anything that Murray's sells is great on the bread.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Can we talk too about your guys' TV legendary careers while I keep stuffing my face?
Absolutely.
Starting step by step, and then we'll go to you.
Okay.
Okay, step by step. Well, you sang the only 3 words that I know of my own theme song.
Stop, step by
Step.
step, stay by day,
And
something.
then- yeah,
oh,
something.
you're right,
Yeah,
you're
there you
right.
go.
Something.
La 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 la, and I'm out of here.
And I'm out. How fun was that show?
It was great because I started that show 2 weeks after I left Dallas, and after Dallas was canceled. And the producers of Step by Step, when they were told by their friend, you should do a show with Patrick Duffy, and they said, but he's not funny.
Oh, stop.
Well, because of Dallas, I was not exactly a knee slapper in Dallas, and so they sent them the goof reel, the outtakes
Yeah, the
from Dallas,
bloopers.
and they said, "Oh yeah, come on over." And so Susanna Summers became my Larry Hagman. She, Larry was my dearest friend, and she became my dearest friend. And then I got 7 years of playing in a sandbox, basically. I was so happy to go to work. And so happy to be with these people. Every single cast member was exemplary. I still get Father's Day cards from the kids. I wrote letters to get them into college. Susanna called me her second husband, and it was just that kind of thing to go to work every day, which I'm sure you experience here.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, Linda, I want to get to you about The Office too before we leave. Tell me about this.
Well, it was, oh my gosh, it was some fun. He was great, and look at these kids. They're just so incredibly talented. I was nervous going into it because this show was so well established when I came on board, but in fact, the atmosphere was very much like Happy Days. It was a familial, let's get on with it, so much fun, so grateful for the success of the show. So the atmosphere was very similar to Happy Days, and it was a great, fun show to be a part of. The writing was so good,
Oh,
the
it was
talent was
incredible.
good. I need to circle back and brag about Patrick. So he went to UW here, theater school
It's all about
here,
me now.
and one of the many disciplines they taught in that in his course there was clown. So all of that, he put into Step by Step. Right,
Oh my
honey?
gosh. You both are adorable, and I wish we had more time. Thank you so
Please buy the
much
bread.
for being
It's
here. Buy the
really
bread,
yummy.
QFC, Fred Meyer.
And we're going to be at the QFC
QFC,
in University Village
Tomorrow.
Amazing.
tomorrow
Afternoon.
in the afternoon. So come and see us.
Thank you
we'll
so
be there for a
much.
couple hours.